Secret Hideout have been told by the new owners of Paramount that if you want to keep the Star Trek contract, you need to deliver a legacy. But what does Secret Hideout actually have to deliver? Does it have to be the run-on from Picard Season 3? Or is there a middle ground, something else that could work? Welcome to Tech Impulse Podcast.
Our tachyon pulse has been unable to completely penetrate the anomaly.
Picard Season 3 set up what I think would have been a very exciting project for Star Trek. Except for the Enterprise G that I hate. But Seven of Nine as captain? Oh yes. Raffi as the first officer? Yeah, okay. Jack as the young upstart that I imagine would have got into a lot of trouble, and then the rest of the crew would have had to have saved him. I think that would have been a story arc a lot of the time. A LaForge at the command desk, the pilot. I think she should have just randomly got an engineering degree and gone into head of engineering. But no, like going off to school or anything. Just become head of engineering, like next episode sort of thing. It's just as a nod to LaForge from the TNG. But everything was really set up. We knew what was sort of going on in the Federation at the time, to a degree. We'd seen some of the Federation for the first time in Picard Season 3 compared to Picard Seasons 1 and 2. So, it's on a plate. But Terry Matalas is now very busy with several Disney projects. So, it's not going to necessarily mean that he can do this Star Trek legacy in his vision. And we do know that Secret Hideout have tried to pitch other projects to Seven of Nine that which he has said no to because they weren't legacy. So they've tried to keep that character and get a new vehicle for Jeri Ryan because they know how popular she is. But they know they haven't got Terry Matalas, so it wasn't the project that she envisaged at very least. Now, in a few years, obviously Terry Matalas could come back, and look, you don't have to watch many interviews of Terry Matalas to know that if he can do this, he will. And that once he's done what he's doing with Disney and Marvel, that he'd come running back to Paramount, I'm sure he would. But that would be a few years down the line. Now, I actually think if Paramount decide, under their new owners, to not deliver and not give Secret Hideout a new Star Trek contract, as I've been told they're seriously considering doing, then I actually think a couple of years break to allow everything to wind down, and then a new show to return in the Prime universe, in Legacy, with Terry Matalas, because he'll have done what he was doing and he can come back, would be pretty good. The only problem with that is we have to wait a couple of years. Now, what I'm being told is that Skydance, the new owners over at Paramount, are at least open to the possibility of allowing Secret Hideout to continue with Star Trek. They are allowing them to get the 4th and 5th season of Strange New Worlds done. We will be getting 2 seasons of Academy. But after that, they need to make a decision. Now, they're open to a conversation with them once the sale has gone through. And I've been told they've got till Christmas. But one of the main things they have to do is get Legacy right. So do they have to do what Terry Matalas had set up, or could they do something else? Let's talk about the Enterprise G first. It would be quite difficult not to have the Enterprise G as the main hero ship in that series. It's all been set up for that. They could change the way it looks a bit, because they could say, look, a couple of years have gone by now, it's been upgraded a few times. No bother at all. And we know, actually, that the ship was in dry dock for nearly a year following the events of Picard Season 3. So we can imagine it's been heavily upgraded, which is important because it wasn't previously and was... I mean, I don't even know why. How do you get the Titan and make a less good ship? I don't know. But yeah, you would need a vessel that was a little bit more capable if you're going to actually have as a hero ship within a Star Trek series. So there's that. Would you have to have all those characters that were set up brought back? You'd have to have 7 of 9. You'd probably could get away with almost nobody else returning, and it'd still be fine. And I don't think us fans would really be that bothered. Now, I liked the actress they brought in to play LaForge's daughter. I thought she was great. If you can get her, brilliant. The point I'm trying to make here is that you don't know if those actors are going to be doing other things. So, as long as you can get Jeri Ryan, as long as you can get 7 of 9, I don't think the rest of it matters too much. And you could explain very easily by saying, oh, they died or fell off a bridge or something. And I don't think it would make a massive difference to the project in a whole. Do they have to bring back legacy characters, though, particularly if you're going to call the show Legacy? But we'll come back to, do you call the show Legacy or not in a minute. I don't think you actually have to, but I think they should. I actually am being told that Jonathan Frakes will pretty much be leading this. So if he doesn't come back as Admiral Riker and have a recurring role occasionally, I don't know. That would be very easy to do. I know that other characters would love to come back as well, and obviously they've set up for like Data and LaForge and other characters to come back. And if you've got, and you can get hold of Jack and keep him in, then his mom Beverly would obviously come in if Gates McFadden can do it. And I don't see that Troy from coming back and doing the odd thing here and there would be a problem anyway. Now, that's not set up directly from what we saw from Terry Matalas, but there's always that possibility. And I think if you have some sort of story arc within the first season that brings those characters back together again, in bits, in cameos, whatever, I think that would work. I don't think we need to see the crew come back. We've had that moment aboard the Enterprise D. I don't think we need it again, necessarily. And that leads into, is this called Star Trek Legacy if we do this? I don't think it needs to be. Star Trek Legacy is a title that Terry Matalas said, and it was because it was supposed to be Legacy following TNG, Voyager, blah, blah, blah. Mainly TNG. I think if you're going to do a new show, and it's not Terry Matalas or whatever else, we all know this show is Legacy. But you can just say that's like a working title. We've got a new title now, we've got new something else. And so Star Trek something. I actually think that would be the best way of doing it anyway, because I think, particularly if it's not Matalas, it's going to require a little bit of separation from the project that came before. Now, will fans accept that? I think they'll be nervous. If it's not Matalas, they will be nervous. Now, I've said to you guys before, and lots of times actually, I'm not sure Matalas is the Messiah, like some people think, that this cannot work without him. Because actually, he wrote Season 2 of Picard, and it wasn't very good, or most of it at least. And there were problems with Picard Season 3, even though it was very entertaining. There were problems that are a little irritating if you actually watch it a second time and don't get caught up with the nostalgia. So I'm okay with it not being Matalas if that's what happens. But I'm also fine with it being Matalas if that's what happens. So I'd love to know what you think on that point, actually. Get into the comments now. Is it, how important is Matalas in this? Or is it actually something that, yeah, as long as they get somebody that does love Star Trek and is keen to do it, does it matter? I'm not sure. Get into the comments and tell me. So, we have to have 709. It has to be the Enterprise G, unfortunately. Other than that, I don't think they desperately need to follow on from Picard Season 3. Now, there was a big storyline hinted at the end of Picard Season 3 with Q and Jack. I could say we could just probably ignore that happened, even though John Delancey should be in everything because he's amazing. I wouldn't mind if they didn't worry about that too much. But get into the comments and tell me again what you think about that. I actually found Jack's character a little irritating, so yeah, I could take it or leave it. I don't mind the actor, I just didn't like the character particularly. Anyway, get into the comments and tell me what you think about that as well. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. It really helps out so you never miss any of any videos. Also, you can become a member of the channel and see all of our videos, sometimes up to a day before everyone else. Go check that out. As always, please stay safe, and I'll see you next time.
Our tachyon pulse has been unable to completely penetrate the anomaly.